We are live.
All right.
Hello. Welcome to the Punk Rock Libertarians Podcast, episode 375. I'm Otto, and tonight I'm joined with Jared Schneiderman,
Hey guys.
Alex Schlegel,
Yo, what's up, everybody?
and the return of K-Wags, Mr. Kyle Wagner himself.
Hey guys, I'm happy to be here.
He's back. The hate speaker of the house.
Yeah. The controversial one.
What's going on,
You're the
guys?
troublemaker. He's the
how was-
troublemaker of the group.
Yep. How was y'all's Thanksgiving?
It was cool, man. I was down. My parents had a timeshare, so we were down in Alexandria, Virginia. So, yeah, I met up my family down there, just so like my parents can kind of get away, like kind of be on vacation, but don't have to deal with the grandkids the entire time. So my sister and brother they're close by, so they could visit, pop in with their kids. So it was cool. Just bummed around Alexandria on Friday and just caught up with my family. So
What was Alexandria like?
it's cool. I mean, it's like Old Town Alexandria, so there's a lot of little stores and shops and stuff. So it was kind of cool. On Black Friday, we did a little bit of shopping and bar hopping and just it was
Old
nice.
Town.
Yeah,
Is that like Sin City?
kind of. I mean, it's like an old colonial. It's a pretty historic town. I mean, it was pretty random. We saw like the smallest home in U.S. history. It was like built on an alleyway.
Yeah.
I'd have to it's literally like 7 feet wide, this house, and it was built. So I guess whoever the owner was. So we just like bummed around because it goes. I mean, the whole tower goes back to like 1700s, 1600s. So
Yeah, Old Town in
Got it.
Sin City. They have like ninja prostitutes and stuff. It's pretty cool town. Nobody saw that movie?
Yeah, I love
Sin
that. movie.
City. Yeah.
Wow, it's been so long since I've seen that movie.
All right. Well,
how's everybody's feast though? Any good political arguments at the table?
Nah, I kind of just kept my mouth shut.
Yeah, just kept it normie at
Yeah.
the table. Keep the peace.
I did get in a small argument on the way there with my sister-in-law. We were discussing, she's a Democrat and a big Biden supporter.
Ooh.
And I just
Still,
I was like, hey, I heard there was a study out of Germany or Israel that natural immunity is 27 times more effective than the vaccine. And I think her head about exploded, and I'm like, they don't really report any negative thing about the vaccine whatsoever. The other thing I said was, I've heard of people that have had heart issues, right? They got vaccinated and then they've had like heart palpitations or they've had, complications.
Actual people? Like
Yeah. Yeah. Well, on Facebook. I don't know if that counts as actual. There's a real person behind that screen telling that story.
But not someone you know though.
I mean, I think I met that guy in person before. So he was a Maryland guy. But
Gotcha.
that's the one I'm thinking of. But I just think that in general, if there's anything negative about the vaccine, they don't really make it a headline story, right? Maybe it gets reported, but it's back page news or something.
Right.
I just think there's an agenda out there that really promote this thing, and they're not going to say any. They're going to downplay any negatives about it. So, which is super annoying. But anyway, so yeah, we were just arguing about that, and I'm not necessarily an anti-vaxxer. I don't, I'm not a cheerleader for it like so many are. But anyway, yeah, that was just the car ride. And then two of my family members didn't come because of COVID, because they're scared of COVID.
oh god,
So,
are they?
yeah.
But are they fully jabbed? Are they?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But they didn't come.
No.
Are they? Oh my god. So
I mean, it
ridiculous.
was like, literally, it was like 6 of us. So they would have made 8, right? We're not talking about a huge gathering here.
So do they not go to the grocery store? Do they
I don't
just,
know
like,
what
get
they
everything
do.
delivered, or
I don't know.
Are they-
like,
are they
we're de-
severely immunocompromised or something? Like
No, well, they have
cancer
a new
survivors?
baby. So my sister has a new baby, but who knows? There's speculation, like maybe they just think that me and my wife are not careful enough. Which I'm not really that careful. I did host Friendsgiving, and we had like 30 people over the house the week before.
Notice how none of us got invited.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
we're not
guys.
friends.
I'm sorry.
We only get invited to the wedding, not the
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I should have invited you guys. We were, but it was a very full house as it was, and we were trying to.
That was
You
at your
know.
house?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. The numbers came up. You know, you're not used to counting kids, right? I'm used to just be like, okay, this couple, and then it's like, well, they have 3 kids now, so it adds up really
They're not
quick.
people though.
Yeah.
They don't count as full people.
Yeah, I spent half the
Calm
time
down,
just,
Rothbard.
like babysitting the kids in the basement.
3/5 of people.
I got like
Oh,
all
Jesus.
this exercise equipment down there, and I was scared they were gonna break something. One of them put the treadmill on 12. They got like shot off the back of the treadmill.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like you gotta be. They're like 8. I'm like, you gotta be very careful what buttons you hit. You know. I don't know.
That's awesome.
Oh, damn.
Anyway, Phil, how was yours?
Well, mine was normal. I just drank and that was about it. I went out the night before and got just obliterated. Oh my God. Like I got home from work and I was like, I just want to get drunk. Like I want to go drink. I want to drink like really like a lot of IPAs. And of course it's the night before Thanksgiving, which is the most, crowded
Everybody
night at
goes out.
bars.
Yeah.
And I haven't gone out for one of those in years since I was in my 20s. And I was just like, fuck it. Well, let's just go. It's early enough. It's like, I think it was like 7:00, something like that. We just went out there. We found this place. It's on Frederick Road. It's called GL Shacks. And my wife goes there all the time. I've never been. So I went and we walked right in and there was like nobody in there. We sat down at the bar. The Caps were playing. And I was like, there's like the Caps have their own IPA from like Devil's Backbone. And it was right in front of me. So I was like, I'll have that. I was like, why watch the Caps? And I drank like 10 of those.
Nice.
Before.
Jesus.
So my buddy from Florida, he was up here, and my other friend Bill, they came and then he just started buying shots for everybody, and they were just like downing shots of whiskey, and so it was just, oh man, it was I was nice and toasted before we went, and then we went to State Fair because I don't know if you guys know, like Alex, you've been to State Fair with me.
Yeah, that place is cool.
It's like a cool. It used to be a Friendlies, and then they turned into like this
big ass bar.
I haven't been to the State Fair. I went there when there was a Friendlies.
Yeah, and so it's like right across the street from where Bergman works, and oh, dude, and at nighttime they turn it into like a dance club, like they move all the tables out, they have a DJ, and it's just they got like strobe lights and shit, and it's like packed, like they open up like the whole front of the restaurant, and this was on the night before Thanksgiving. It was kind of cold out, but man, I just went there, and of course I was just drunkenly dancing the whole time.
Did you wear your mask, Phil?
No, there's no mask.
Otto, sorry. No mask
Otto.
wearing.
Yeah, I know. You're dead naming me. What is wrong with you?
My bad, man. Yeah. Okay. So,
yeah, no, we don't wear masks. I don't wear masks. I don't do that. I got the COVID, so I'm good to go for right now.
Where's your is that your hometown? I don't know where you grew up, but like usually Thanksgiving is a bar night where you see a bunch of high school friends because everybody comes back to their hometown to see their parents.
And it's even worse in Baltimore because it's already Smaltimore as it is. So you're always like 1 degree of separation from someone, And I'm sitting there at this bar, and it's funny you mentioned that. Like I see there's this guy that was like my brother's friend who I used to play softball with, and I've known him for years. He just rolls in the bar and he's like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" Him and his fiance. And there's another guy who used to play softball with, who completely separate from my other friend. And then there was another guy I went to high school with. And then there was like another person, like this other girl, like I just couldn't pinpoint where I knew her. Oh, Bergman's neighbor. That's right.
Yeah.
She lived right across the street from Matt Bergman. And
Okay.
I was like, oh, I remember her because when we used to go to Omps after we did the podcast, she'd always be in there. And it was just when I saw her, I'm like, oh my God, like there's just people left and right that I knew. And then my wife's friends started rolling in, and then like my friends from like Florida rolling in. It was crazy. So it was just like the bar got so packed so quick. And I was just so happy I got my little spot right at the bar. And I sat there and watched the Caps play. I got so drunk. And then, fortunately, I didn't throw up. I was good to go. No hangover, nothing. But I'm seriously, I had like over 10 beers.
Nice.
At that point. And they're like the IPA, 7% IPA. So it wasn't like, there's like, dude, I didn't realize that people still like drink Natty Light from a can at a bar.
Yuck.
These guys, these bro dogs were like behind me, like, oh yeah, man,
Bro
handed
dogs.
me those natty lights. And I'm like,
Oh,
I
fuck.
do mind. Like,
Well, how old were they, Phil? I mean, when you're younger, you don't have a
Yeah.
lot of money to be dropping $6 on a draft IPA or whatever.
Yeah, you probably
Yeah.
spent like $100 on beer, dude.
Yeah, when-
my one friend came in like just as wasty faced as I was, and he threw down his card and said, "Let's get shots. I'm paying for everything," and he paid for my
That's
whole
true.
tab.
He paid for your whole
Holy-
tab.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, man, he rocks. He's I talked about him before. He worked on Amash's campaign, or he worked in his not his campaign, but his office in DC. He also interned at Cato for a while, and yeah, he's fucking cool. He's
What's
down in
Cato?
Florida now.
What's Cato? Who's that? Is this an organization?
Yes. This is before it was. Well, I would just say he's not one of those type of lolberts, I guess.
Okay,
But,
he's not a Beltway.
No,
libertarian.
not by any stretch.
He's
But
based.
this was like 10, 11 years, 12 years ago, something like that. So it was, it was just cool shit. Like he just came in and it was, I mean, God, it was packed.
Yeah.
I mean, there was like the most random night because I just decided I was like, I want to go out. Even my wife, she loves going out. She was like, I don't feel like going out. And I'm like, no, I want to go out, so I'm just gonna go. And it was a fun night, man. It was really fun. And then the next day, like Thanksgiving, and like so then I wasn't gonna drink because I was like, damn, I drank so much last night. But then like my wife made this cider, like she handmade the cider and cooked it in the crock pot. And
Ooh, nice.
yeah, and so like we were mixing that with rum, and like just devoured the whole thing. Like it was all gone.
I love Phil's like
the family-
Thanksgiving story.
The Thanksgiving jungle juice. It was
He's
lit.
like, yeah, I got obliterated. My family was in there somewhere. I don't know. I guess they were there.
They were all drinking it too.
It's like night before though. Yeah.
Oh man, but it was fun. I'm so glad. I'm very thankful because like they made so much food. Like there was just so much. There was a time, probably like a few years ago, like my dad, like he's kind of getting older, so he used to be like the cook of the family, so he would cook everything, absolutely everything. And so now he just can't do it anymore. So then like my brother started like stepping up and bringing things. In the past like 2 years, they've brought like these turkeys that like they like my one brother, he brought it was a he double smoked it. So it was literally like I was eating ham. Like,
Oh damn.
and it was disgusting. And the other brother, he didn't cook it long enough, and so it was just barely cooked. Like, it was like, but it was like kind of tough, and it was tasted like sage or something. Like, it was so gross. I'm like,
no.
what the hell? But my other brother, he always like, so we always have like 2 turkeys, and because we got a lot of family, we got a lot of, like you're saying, kids. Like, I mean, I have like 20 nieces and nephews or something like that. That's at least what it feels like. And so we packed the house, and so we always need like 2 turkeys. So it's always like I'm always running because he fries his in the garage when we go to my parents' house. And so I'm just thankful for that he had his turkey. But yeah, I mean, it was lots of food. Just, I didn't watch any of the stupid parade. My brothers were, because like my oldest brother, he's not really political, but he has like a lot of kind of like, I don't know, just he's kind of like apolitical. He goes along just to get along. But like even he was sending me a message saying that the Thanksgiving Day parade was so political. He's like, oh God, I can't fucking stand this shit. And I was like, oh, I'm glad I'm not watching.
Wait, what was wrong with the parade?
I don't know.
There
was like,
Was there a giant Biden float?
I heard. Well,
he called in.
yeah,
Is
he
there
called
a-
in and
Was
talked
there a
to
Let's
like
Go
Al
Brandon
Roker.
float?
No. I don't know, man. It's pretty. I mean, I just watch.
Dude, I keep seeing like random like "Let's Go Brandon" signs like
I've
up
seen them
on like
too.
billboards and shit.
Oh hell yeah! I saw
Like people
one,
actually like pay for this shit.
I saw
Like one of them
on-
just said like "Let's Go Brandon," but it was using like the NASCAR font.
Oh yeah, where'd you see that one?
It was on the way.
Was it on 70? Were you on
Yes.
70? I saw that
I was
one
coming
too.
back.
Yeah.
I was coming back from Frederick,
Yeah.
and I saw that. I was like, I wish I was like going like 80 miles an hour. I would take a picture of this right now.
Oh, dude, I saw that driving back because Saturday night it was out past Frederick, but we had the Robbie the Fire Bernstein show.
Yeah,
And so there was like a bunch. It was like out past and
wait, that was out past Frederick.
It was before Frederick, but I just saw it.
That was
driving-
Saturday too, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was driving
Oh
back.
damn!
on
I didn't realize
Sunday.
you were that close because I mean I was hanging out with my buddy in like Newmarket.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's
yeah, it
right
was-
there.
Yeah, damn, we could have probably popped over.
Yeah, we
He's,
stayed.
he's like kind of libertarian.
We stayed out there. It was fun. the guy, it was at a private residence. It was at this guy Max, and it was really cool. It was like this really, really nice like man shed off his wife and their property.
Yeah.
So it's like basically a converted, I don't know, it might have been a garage, but this dude, it was awesome. It had a whole bar, he had a foosball table set up, he had like this whole back room for like podcasting and like all this furniture. And I guess he's a contractor, so like it's really well done. Had this whole fire pit. It was pretty cool. It was a good time. But driving back during the day, we saw that exact same "Let's Go Brandon" sign.
Yeah.
And it's up on like a forklift on this like
Oh, that's
farm.
what it is. Yeah, it's like it's on that one's on a forklift. Just like you know how you see like they like will suspend like the American flag sometimes. You see that one? I think that's on 72.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah,
instead
it's
of
like
American flag, it said like "Let's Go Brandon" with a NASCAR font.
Yeah. I was just driving back, just laughing my ass off, and because just the NASCAR font, and just like thinking back to that interview, and I was like, oh my god, this was all started by woke fucking ESPN, and just So
I need to see the clip. I haven't watched the original clip.
You never saw it?
Really?
Oh
No.
damn! Should we? Let me dig it up for you, Kyle.
You don't have to. You don't have to dig it up right now. I can find it. You know.
Oh, but it's great though.
It's gonna be hard to find the original at this point.
Yeah, supposedly the crowd was chanting "F Joe Biden," and somebody was like, "Oh, they're saying let's go Brandon" or something like that, right? And wasn't that how it sort of played out?
Yeah, I found it.
Yeah.
Well, I love the retort to that, which is like, why don't you just say "fuck Joe Biden"? What are you, a pussy?
Yeah.
It's like no, it's funnier to say "let's go Brandon" because of the context. Like, yeah, okay, fuck Joe Biden. Like, okay, that's cool, I guess, but like the context of it all, the fact that it's all just like indicative of the media trying to, do basically like double speak and mask reality.
Well, yeah, and trying to protect Joe Biden, where they were as anti-Trump as you could possibly be. They downplayed every positive thing that happened during the Trump administration, and then it's the complete opposite with Biden, right?
Yeah, I mean, if they were yelling like "fuck Donald Trump," would they be like, "Oh, they're saying let's go Tony"?
No,
Yeah,
of course not. No, they would be like, "Oh yeah, this crowd really hates Donald Trump." You can hear it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, you said there's a foosball table. My dad was interested in that, and he loves ice hockey, and I was like, oh, you know what? You should maybe look into bubble hockey. You guys remember bubble hockey?
Yeah, that was always tricky.
Yeah. So I started looking up bubble hockey tables for them, and they're expensive as anything.
Wait, what the hell is
they're
bubble
like
hockey?
$3,500 for a bubble hockey table. Bubble hockey is like it's like foosball. Like you got the little hockey players on sticks with like that you move them around and then like you twist it to shoot, but it's like in a plastic bubble. Yeah. So like the whole rink is in a plastic bubble that keeps the puck from flying out. It's pretty cool.
And like this things go for $3,200.
What's that? Yeah. So I was like, you know what, Dad? For that money, you could get a 75-inch TV and an Xbox One X or whatever the new one is with like NHL, the newest NHL game. And you'd still have $1,000 left over.
Right. Although I do see one for $900 here.
That's probably like not that good. But if you want the checks is like the high end one.
That's the one I saw. Super.
So the funny story about this podcast I listened to. One of the guys on there he's occasionally on there. Kyle, you might know who he is. The guy at the Caps game, Loud Goat. You know him?
Nah.
He's the one who screams, "Let's go Caps."
I've been to a couple games, but I just don't. Okay. I've heard that chant. I just didn't realize there was one guy leading it.
Yeah, it's Goat. His name's Goat. So he's a big hockey fan, and so the host of the show knew that how much he loved the bubble hockey and how he wanted it and how like they raved about it, and then fucking he went ahead and bought him it, and like on there he's like, "Oh my god, it's the most thoughtful thing." And then I guess like his wife was like, "There's no way we're fitting that into my house, so you have to give it back." And so like it led to this whole thing of like he had to like give back the gift, and it's like several $1,000s. It's just, oh man, it's funny, and like in the context, like that whole episode was them trying to fight each other about it. He had to give it back. Oh man, but those things that's how I found out about the bubble hockey machines.
Wow. 30.
Yeah, I've seen them.
$3,100, like $3,200. Damn.
It's like, how often are you really gonna play that shit?
I don't know, man.
It's more like a decoration piece.
Yeah.
I guess in your head you're hosting a party and people are playing the pool or ping pong and bubble hockey, but realistically, not that often.
Realistically, it's like two people playing pool, everyone else is just sitting around watching.
Yeah.
Some guy's just like watching TV by himself.
Even a pool table is not that useful. I mean, I have a very nice pool table. I haven't taken the cover off in like well over a year. Really? It just sits there.
My one buddy's got one. Whenever we go over there, we play.
Start a PRL pool league.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but
not that great, but I'll join.
There's some places. There's this place this was in the before times of 2019, but it was in Mount Vernon neighborhood. And who knows if this place is still open, but it was basically a restaurant and a big open space. It was by Micah, and the video games were free. So I'm like, how are you going to make any money? But sometimes, like, whenever they would have a DJ or a band playing there, they would charge a cover charge. But like on any week,
they have video games.
Yeah, they had a bunch of like video games, and they had bubble hockey there. They had bubble hockey there, and they had like skee ball. They had like, and then they had a bunch of like, then they had like the classic stand-up arcade games, kind of like Crabtown. You ever been to Crabtown?
Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, Crabtown, USA.
In Glen Burnie.
Hell yeah, bro.
But this place, Jared, was in the city. So, and it was kind of like Crabtown, but the video games were free. And I'm like, yeah, this sounds like communism. I don't know how this business is gonna I don't know how you're gonna survive. Like, you're like,
yeah, it's not a business model that's gonna persist,
right? Especially because it was such a big space. Like, it was such a big space, and I'm like, I
went to this. I was in Arlington for a for like a engineering summit for work. So like the whole like engineering team came in because like we're all remote, and we found this place that was kind of like that, but it had like a ton of different shit, dude. Like, and like I didn't even realize it all until I was like wandering around and like seeing all these different games and like corners and shit. Because like we came in and we were like, okay, there's like 8 pool tables, so let's like get one of those. So we grab one of those, and then we're like looking around. We're like, oh shit, there's shuffleboard over there. So then we like rent the shuffleboard, which is like the best game. And then there's like a fucking 2 ping pong tables next to that. And then there's like, as we're like walking out, there's like a whole fucking dartboard set up. Nice. I can't even remember the name of the place. I'll have to look it up. But
I love shuffleboard, man. That's such an old school bar game.
Dude,
I love shuffleboard. That's the shit.
It's hard.
It's so fun.
I can never keep those stupid things straight on the board.
You just don't got the feel, Kyle.
Side. Yeah, you gotta
I've done I've done 2-handed. I've done 1-handed.
2-hand. 2-hand. Dear Lord.
That's way too much.
You do 2 hands. You do like this.
Two. What?
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
talking about the little game, like not
it's
full
like,
size shuffleboard with the brooms or they're not brooms, but the
that's
push
curling.
Things.
That's curling.
I know,
yeah, it's like table. It's like table curling with like
table curling.
Yeah, it's little, right?
Except you're not like brushing. You're just throwing it, or you're sliding it. You're sliding it.
Isn't there like some manipulation? I guess.
Okay, so basically, what it is like this long ass table.
Yeah.
And then there's like a piece of wood in like the center of the table, like sort of like, there's like a rim around the table so the shit doesn't fly off. But like, there's a board, and then there's sand like all up on the board, so that the puck, like I don't know what they're called, but like they kind of look like pucks, and you just slot. Johns?
Yeah, Johns. That's the technical term.
The technical term.
John.
And then you just slide it and you're trying to get it. Like there's like little lines at the end, and like if you can get it, in the area like furthest away, you get the most points, essentially.
Yeah, you want to stop without falling off the board.
Yeah.
And then you alternate with the other guy's pucks off.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's very much like curling, but
I play with 2 hands.
Wipe it off.
You guys don't
that's like granny. That's like doing a granny shot.
It's like an underhanded free throw, all right? Some people have to do that.
It's like bowling with the bumpers in place between your legs.
The score is always a lot better with those bumpers. Anyway.
Are you guys reading the comments? Who's this?
Yeah,
this is about podcast.
I don't fucking know.
Is this for real?
I
Is he
don't know. It's not funny. I don't know what it is.
He's like, how many of you guys were super spreaders celebrating Thanksgiving? Reminds me of when the Europeans gave the Indian blankets with smallpox. Like, okay.
I don't know. I think he's trying to troll us.
We violated the NAP by not getting vaccinated. I mean, I don't know. He could be a Lulbert. I don't know.
What's the well, I don't want to promote him. I don't. But whatever.
Yeah.
I think he's just joking around.
Yeah. But,
Jared, did you talk about your Thanksgiving or did we skip you? I forget.
You skipped me.
Oh, sorry, Jared.
what was that?
How was it?
It was fine.
Sweet. What's the first topic, Phil?
Honestly, it wasn't. I mean, I didn't really do much. I had a little family dinner with just like some like immediate family, and like my fiance, obviously, and then she was like working all weekend, so I was basically just like left to my own devices, which meant jerk off in every room. And then I went, like I said, I went out and hung out with my buddy in Newmarket and watched football, and that's pretty much it.
Nice.
Yeah, man, those football games were terrible on Thanksgiving.
I
wouldn't know. Yeah, where we were, like, it's my parents' new place, and like they're not getting cable. It's kind of remote, so like we were trying to stream it with like Roku. And I had to get the Fox Sports app, and then you have to like enter your login from your cable provider, and then the games still aren't available. It was like every game, like by the fourth quarter, we figured out how to get it from somewhere. You know what I mean? Like I didn't get
should have gotten some rabbit ears.
I said that. I was like, Dad, I could get you one of those digital antennas. You could get local stations. I think it will work there, maybe. But
it should work. I mean, I have one.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of
honestly the picture you get on those antennas is better than what you get through cable.
Alex, do you have the one you put in the attic, or do you have the one that just sits on the back of the TV?
There's like, it's just like an antenna that just threads into the one jack on the back of the TV.
Okay.
It's just like it doesn't even stick above.
Are you talking about like the weather vane looking shit, Kyle?
People there's different kinds. There's rabbit ear kinds.
There's one that looks like a helicopter propeller that sits on the top of the TV, and you can actually turn it like a helicopter propeller to different angles.
Would you say like you spin around your head like a helicopter?
Exactly. Yeah. And then they have one that like you can put in like the attic or whatever. I don't know. So I was going to get one for my dad.
How boomer is this podcast? We're talking about rabbit ears for our TV.
I know, right?
Nobody knows
to get basic cable.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's true though. I mean, I don't want to. Yeah, everything's streaming, and it's always a pain in the dick to try to find like a back. Like it's like, oh, it's blacked out in your area, and I'm not about to spend like $600 some for the NFL package or
even then, like remember we were at the bar trying to watch the Eagles game, and it wasn't going on because we tried watching it from my phone because I was using the Sunday Ticket app, but then they said like I was blocked out or whatever, something along those lines. It just sucks because you got to like download a VPN, and the VPN like I'm not paying for because it's too expensive. So it's like I'm having to steal my brother's VPN, but it's not working on my apps. I'm like, fuck, this sucks. But yeah, man.
If you just want to watch the Today Show, it's not really an issue. But if you're trying to watch an NFL game, it can be a real pain sometimes if you're not just going through normal cable. So,
well, that's cool. Yeah. Well, I'm thankful for all of our listeners, and including Disavowed Podcast, the only person watching tonight. Because remember, we were popping last week. We had so many people commenting, and now it's just one guy.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, well, Monday's clearly not the day, so fuck that shit."
Is this your first Monday?
No.
Oh no.
Been doing Mondays for a while.
Well, no, this is only the second like consecutive Monday.
Yeah,
dude, the Monday after a 4-day holiday Thanksgiving weekend's rough. It was rough today. It was a long weekend.
Yeah, I was pretty. Yeah. Well, I got the Ravens game was last night, so
that was like, late. Yeah,
I was up to like midnight. That. I got pretty drunk. Had a good time, and then realized, oh shit, I got to go back to work tomorrow.
It's like, damn it, 4 days.
Luckily, I work from home, so it's not that big of a deal. But
lucky you.
I was not very productive.
I was off today, so I was just being incredibly lazy today with the kids, just doing nothing. But I kind of kicked it into gear. I got the house cleaned up and hung up some more of our, try to finish up my Christmas decorations, and that's about it. Cook dinner for
good,
the kids.
Clark Griswold over here.
I know. He's got the lights in the background.
Oh, this is just normal.
Always
we just throw these up always in the basement. This is my basement stuff, but upstairs where we got everything going on.
Nice.
It's pretty crowded in there now, so I gotta go back to work tomorrow.
Do you do the real tree or the fake tree?
Fake tree. Every year we get we were getting so pissed off. It's just like, it was, wow, it's creeping up to like $200 for a good tree every single year, and we're just like, fuck that. So I think like,
Frozen.
Otto got the EMP bomb this time.
Yeah.
It's usually Alex. It's usually Alex like 50 minutes in and he just drops off.
Yeah. We do a fake tree. I don't know, man. We did the real tree when we were kids. You froze up there.
I know everything. I was like, God damn it. Like,
this story.
It's, oh God. I was like, I know my kids are probably still upstairs.
So wait, like a real tree now costs $200? Sorry, my eye is itching.
A good one. It was like getting up to like 150 for like a good like 6-foot tree, like Fraser fir. Like that's usually what we always get. And I just got so fucking sick and tired of pine every year this time of year. I was like,
just
might as well
pull a Griswold, man, and go cut one of the trees from your neighbor's yard down.
Right.
Yeah, they're out there. Just go out in the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah, just cut down a wild tree, dude.
Just a little 15-footer and just stuff it in there. Yeah. Nah, I like the fake tree, man. It's easier.
Yeah.
What's this tree you guys are talking about?
All right.
Y'all don't do a tree? Oh yeah, that's right.
Jared, when's the menorah getting lit, Jared? When's the first day?
That was tonight. Isn't today Hanukkah?
No, it was last night.
No, last night.
Last night was the first day?
Yeah.
It was the first night, yeah.
First, okay.
Jewish holidays always start on the night at sundown. So the first night of Hanukkah. Today was the first day of Hanukkah.
That's probably why. Yeah.
So tonight is the second night, which I guess we'll have to do that after this shit. Maybe.
What do you have to do? You light a candle, or don't you do gifts?
Yeah, there's the menorah, which holds 8 candles.
Yeah.
And so each night you light a candle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And then
like if you're a kid, you get a present. But we just we don't do presents every night.
When you get older, you just
each other presents.
You just bomb Palestine.
Yeah. And then you got to go serve in the Israeli army.
Yeah.
And you've got to kick in a Palestinian child's face.
It's tradition. As is tradition.
As is tradition.
Shabbat shalom. Well, yeah, man. I thought that was crazy because I saw it on the counter. I'm like, wait a minute. I don't think I've ever seen Hanukkah this early before, but
yeah,
it's November,
every once in a while.
Yeah.
It's November.
Because they use like a lunar calendar kind of thing, so they don't line up. It doesn't line up with the Gregorian calendar.
Like the Illuminati.
It's also year like 5800 or something now.
Fucking crazy.
5800? Oh, that's right, because there's no BC and AD.
Yeah.
Well, those don't exist anymore either. Those don't exist.
5782 is this year.
5782.
Boy, wait till they hear Jesus owned slaves.
Oh God!
Can't wait for year 6000 though, dude.
It's gonna be lit.
It's gonna be lit.
They are going after Jefferson now though. I heard that. I don't know if you
yeah,
heard that.
The statue in New York.
Yep.
Well, yeah, New York also came down with the new COVID restrictions too. They declared state of emergency because the Omicron. Optimus Prime's
number. It does sound like a Omicron. Transformer. Was there a Transformer named Omicron?
It's Omicron, dude.
Omicron.
Well, that's actually
was that the planet? Who was the
Optimus
planet?
Prime. I don't know.
There was a planet that used to eat stuff, eat other planets. It was a Transformer planet.
I know there's like that in the Marvel universe, but I don't know.
Man, come on. Nobody knows.
I'm not as you know.
Unicron. It was Unicron.
Unicron. So wait, okay. So the new one. All right. So this is the Greek calendar. So hold on. I gotta find I don't know how to pronounce this. Nicrom. So is there an N in there? No, it's Omicron. Right?
Yeah, you got it.
Omicron. It's the Omicron.
Omicron, dude.
It COVID ends when we get to Omega, right? Is that how this works?
Yep. No, but then you go to Alpha Omega.
What's
Alpha
the last
Alpha, Alpha Beta.
What's the last one? Zeta?
Hopefully we'll all be dead or enslaved by then.
Jared was in a fraternity.
Yeah.
He knows.
Omega's
he
the
knows
last
this.
one. Omega's the last
Omega. Okay. The
We'll be-
Omega variant. After that, COVID's over.
Phi, I think it's Phi Chi Psi Omega.
But
some-
we skip the Xi because it looks like Z or G or whatever.
Couple
Yeah,
more
right?
variants, and we're all going to be in the COVID camps, like in Australia. You guys, you seeing that? Like, on social media? I mean, I don't know if you see it. I doubt you guys see it on Facebook, but on Twitter, some of these pictures going around where they're basically Instagramming and all like modeling and like, yeah, we're in concentration camp and check us out, posting it up on their social media. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, they're like posing. They're like selfish Americans. You know, we're enjoying our vacation, our forced vacation, while we're wearing masks at a holding facility in Australia. Like,
yeah,
it's
so
creepy.
fucking bizarre.
Oh, so they're not like joking. They're not being ironic. They're
no,
they're
not
enjoying it. And they're like all these like Instagram models and like kind of like seem like influencers that are like, yeah, we're doing our job at COVID camp, you know?
wow.
Like they're doing their part, like they're excited.
Yeah. Yeah, but I gotta find.
Some people get really into that. I don't. But
They get really into the FEMA camps.
it gives them. Yeah, it gives them. You know, they're part of a cause, I guess.
That's all like.
They're like, all right, we're gonna launch ourselves into the sun to save the planet.
Yeah.
Right. It just gives less important people like some semblance of importance. Like, I'm doing my part. I'm doing my job.
I think there is some of that. I think it's a little bit of, maybe narcissism or, sort of I'm important. I'm doing something. I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah, where like a lot of people can project like I'm the good guy. I'm doing the right thing.
Oh, there's a lot of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. How would you call that? It's like a smug. It's like the people that buy electric cars and then like want to rub it in your face. Like I'm superior.
Right.
I guess. I don't know.
There was something to that. I remember when and I think it was the late great Ron Smith, and I remember he was talking about it. But remember when what was it, the Toyota the Prius, when the Prius first came out, like everybody was just jumping on Priuses. But when you look like at the same time, Honda Accords had a hybrid, but they just looked like a regular Accord. And they had the very exact same stats, but the Honda Accord was way cheaper. Not way cheaper, but quite a couple $1,000s. A nice chunk of change less than a Prius. But the thing is, like, the Prius outsells this Honda Accord 3-1, just so people can virtue signal, like, ooh, look at my Prius, when they first came out.
Yeah.
So yeah, there is something to that where it's just like, look at me, I'm saving the planet with my electric car, just projecting. It's definitely that same mindset.
I thought Australians were kind of like, I don't know, maybe I just watched those movies, the Crocodile Dundee movies. And I was like, Australians are pretty rugged people. They're pretty tough people, and they've been more like England, or just very COVID cowardly, I would say.
So I just posted a link in the chat. There's they just instituted like these new like rules where like used to have exemptions while you're allowed out of your house in certain parts of Australia, like exercise or going to the store, and they just revoked all those because this new wave of COVID that's coming down there. And
so
literally
are they still doing the check-in thing?
Yeah. So, dude, go to the tweet I just shared and try to play this video. And I want you guys to see it, like people who are like watching right now. Like, it's insane. I maybe it's bullshit, but I mean I recognize a lot of these people that are in this video.
You recognize them?
Yeah, like from speeches from Australian politicians and stuff like that. At least two of them.
Yeah. Jared,
go ahead. I don't know if you want to play it for everybody, but it's like, hold on, let me see if I can get this up on my screen.
Here, I got it.
Okay. So read the caption. I don't know if you could see the caption, or I'll read the caption.
Oh yeah, this was in Austria.
Austria under lockdown. Citizens aren't even.
This is Austria.
Austria.
Yeah.
Oh, Austria. Not.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This is. We were talking
Yeah.
about good day, mate. Throw another shrimp on the bar.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Because Austria just went full. Austria just went full like crazy. I thought it was Australia at first, but it was a few days ago. Yeah. And like Austria went crazy. Germany's going crazy. Like they're all just reverting back to like
So it says,
March 2020.
Under lockdown, citizens aren't even allowed a glass of wine at the Christmas markets. But the government, health minister, and federal president have a party without mask or social distancing. It's all theater. They are lying to you.
Look at this video. I don't. They're all singing. Look, they're all clapping and singing this. Okay, so have you guys seen?
There's like a little kid with no leg. It's weird.
Look at this guy. And they're all just dancing and clapping this. See, I recognize that guy in the back. Looks like I've seen him before. Right. Maybe they had bug pate as one of their appetizers. All right. So look how creepy this is. All right. So have you guys seen the movie The Kingsmen?
Dude, this is
have you guys seen that movie?
No, but this is definitely dystopian.
All right. So the Kingsmen just they pretty much, it's like the elites, like they're planning on like killing half the planet, and the elites get to go to like the special party room while pretty much the rest of the world like kills each other. And it reminds me of an event looks just like that. If you guys have seen The Kingsmen, it's a really fucking good movie. And it's like that's what that party reminds me of. Is the same party they had in The Kingsmen, where all the elites got to sit there and watch the world like go to shit while they all like celebrated and partied and stuff. It's fucking creepy, man. I don't like when's enough gonna be enough? I just don't get it. Like I don't get it.
It's already enough. I mean, you're already seeing like lots of people not caring. Phil, you went out to the bar on Wednesday.
Not
night.
one mask. Not one
mask. No one cared, and it was crowded. Like there's a lot of people that are well beyond over it. So.
I don't know, but secretly they play the game. Like they still go around and they'll still have on their profile, like stay home, save a life. But yet they'll be out at the bar, fucking dry humping each other to fucking,
Alcohol kills the virus.
That is true. Literally, that's a fact. Science. It does. So I don't know. We're probably gonna get kicked off for saying that.
That's not medical advice.
Dude, we got fact checked in a group.
Natty Light kills the Rona. Drink up, boys.
Dude, do you guys know we got fact checked by a fake article that was put out by Sarcasm and Liberty like 2 years ago to the day. Someone posted it into the group, it was just a joke. Like it was just like saying like, don't do marijuana or you'll end up killing your best friend. It's like made to be like a cheap, after school special PSA type of thing.
A joke.
Yeah, clearly. And they got fact checked, and our group is now restricted because of it. The PRL group on Facebook.
What was the fact check on it? Was it like this isn't a real ad from the ad council?
Yeah.
That totally was. I remember seeing those shitty commercials.
It might not have been from the ad council, but they do like the ones where it's like a deflated girl on the couch. And
yeah, no, that's definitely
this is your sister
you guys see
on weed.
The meme
the Travis Scott one.
Yeah, the Travis Scott one. I just went to a Travis Scott concert.
The Travis Scott concert. Yeah, I shared that with some.
That was so good because I don't think too many people got the. Well, no, because that was like a fairly recent ad council anti-drug commercial because you always had like this is your brain on drugs
from like 2000, 99, 2000, something like that.
Yeah, that
fried
was like
egg, man.
Wave.
The fried egg
one. Yeah,
that was the classic. Any questions?
I remember the dad. Yeah,
I have plenty.
Remember the dad? Remember the dad who came in and was like shaking down his like little his like teenage son. And he's like, "Where did you get this? Where did you get this?" And he's like, "Where'd you learn how to smoke weed, or where'd you find this?" And then like this kid's reluctant. He's like, "Learned it from you, Dad."
Yeah, I remember that. It's from your stash.
I know.
I got it from your closet.
Let me try to find it. It was so bad. Yeah. It was such.
I'm surprised you don't see like anti-porn stuff.
I don't know.
Unless you're in like church.
Yeah. I just read that if you have like old VHS tapes with recorded commercials, those are going for like $30 to $50 on eBay. If you have those old old commercials, people want those.
Jesus, I got a whole shitload of VHS in my
like
back
any
here in
kind
my
of
closet.
commercials.
I don't know, man. I just saw the thing about it on the internet.
Got to be
earlier.
like Billy. What's his name? The fucking Home Improvement guy.
Tim Allen?
No, I mean not like not like the actual.
Billy
Mays.
Billy Mays.
Like the old Billy Mays commercials.
He's dead though.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's worth.
Was he the ShamWow guy? The ShamWow guy?
No, that guy was awesome. Man.
Dude, the ShamWow guy looks like you, Kyle, but only if he was like if you were cracked out.
If you were cracked out and you had a little bit of meth.
Whoa, yeah. Kyle, put the pussy away, man.
Put the pussy down, Kyle.
It was just like it just popped up like just like hello.
Put it down. Yeah. Step away from the pussy, Kyle.
The audio listeners, my cat keeps climbing on the desk in front of the camera.
That's the first time I've seen your cat. I thought your cat was being put away because usually that's what your cat loves to do. She loves crawling in front of the camera.
I know. It drives me nuts.
Crawling through my skin.
Oh God! Please no. No Linkin Park. This is a Linkin Park free show. All right.
I thought that was your favorite band next to AFI. Or not AFI. What's the one we make fun of? Good Charlotte.
Oh, yeah. God, I fucking love Good Charlotte.
Didn't you go to a punk concert, Phil?
No, not recently. I went to one with Alex a few months ago.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Hardcore show.
Yeah.
Fun.
Fucking
hardcore rock show.
Did you punch anybody in the face?
Maybe.
Punch any maskers?
I wasn't looking. Yeah, there were a few people there wearing masks, but God, they're just such fucking hypocrites. This whole fucking punk movement and people, and like there's one guy like John Joseph of Cro-Mags. He's just been like lighting people up because apparently at the the one show at the Cafe 611. Remember, I got the flyer, brought it back. Slapshot, the band Slapshot.
Oh, yeah, that was just a couple days ago, wasn't it?
So they were on tour, and I wasn't able to go to that show because I think it was like the date of my daughter's birthday party or whatever. So it was like end of October, and so apparently they were on tour, and one of their last shows they went to, like everyone got COVID there, and so now like they're being like called, super spreader and trash or whatever. So they made a T-shirt that said I went to a Slapshot show and all I got was COVID-19. It was fucking funny. But yeah, man, like the punk scene, everyone's just bitching out. They're all like go vax, and like Jello Biafra just of Dead Kennedys. He was just he has a video he released talking about how like Kyle Rittenhouse should be in jail, and I'm like, oh Jesus, like it's just the same old stupid arguments. Typical neoliberal, like fucking fascist pieces of shit. It's like they suck.
I thought I saw a meme from the page that was like kind of critical of the punk scene.
Oh yeah, I shared that the other day.
I'm sure it probably came from you. But yeah, I mean, it used to be F authority, and now it's sort of like mask up, right? I mean, it seems like they've gone the other way. At least half of them.
They went fucking insane, man, and that they were always kind of that way, and then it just kind of went. They went bat. Like Trump just made everyone batshit.
Yeah, COVID. Trump and COVID just broke people's brains.
Yeah. What did you call it, Alex? The before times?
The before times, yeah.
Here you go. I got the meme here. It says it shows like a father reading to his two kids, and the book is called Punk is Dead. And it says, and then all the misfits, punks, liberal intellectuals, organic naturalists, goddess-loving, Burning Man adventurers, and other various anti-mainstream freaks all grew up to become fascist propaganda peddlers. The end. Yeah, that's about it, right? I mean, like, there's no lies detected, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't misread that then. I was like, oh, man, somebody's firing shots over there.
Oh, yeah.
PRL.
What were the comments like?
Mostly people agreeing.
Yeah.
I know, that's Matt's turf. But so I usually just go off the Instagram. So I was I shared that to the Instagram, and I mean everyone was loving it. Everyone.
Yeah. Yo, I found
Instagram's got a good fan base.
Here you go, Jared. I found that anti-drug commercial. It's so fucking funny. It's so good.
Let's watch this.
Is this Dad's stash?
Yes. It's.
I don't think I've ever seen this one.
Oh wow, this was like, well,
Is this the early?
I mean, I am. Yeah, I mean, I think Kyle and I are like the elder statesmen on the podcast here. We got like a couple years on YouTube, millennials.
Yeah. I like the new technology. He looks like Borat.
He does.
Is this?
There we go.
It's yours?
No,
My mother said she found it in your closet.
I don't know. One of the guys must
Must have what?
Look, Dad, it's not
Where
mine.
did you get it?
Dad,
Answer me. Who taught you how to do this stuff?
you, all right? I learned it by watching you.
Parents who use drugs have children who use drugs.
What the fuck, dude?
I
You don't appreciate the humor when you're younger, but I've got to appreciate it.
Dude, I need to
now.
clip that one and add it to the soundboard. That I'm
I know
gonna
we can
put
get the
together.
soundboard. Can we please get the soundboard?
I learned it from you.
Ugh.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that out.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Anyways,
Yeah, but people are fucking freaking out. The world's like freaking out because Omicron or whatever's coming, I guess. And even Fauci even said, yeah, I think I literally saw a quote from him today. I wish I had it up to say that, but even he was like, yeah, people shouldn't be like freaking out over this. Even he said that, but yet New York State just completely locked down again.
Yeah, did the governor put an end to like any elective surgeries? So God forbid.
Oh yeah, elective surgery, yeah.
God
And the
forbid
border,
if
we just closed the borders down. So so that's also another thing too.
we
They,
did. I don't remember doing anything.
So,
they built the wall.
it was Jared.
You talking about national borders or state borders?
It's like no fly list. Like they closed. So was South Africa is now like starting today. Like it was funny because we've known that we found it weeks ago in South Africa, but we decided today would be the day that we banned people from South Africa coming. Yet, even though that's been found in several other countries, none of them are on the list to be, banned from entering the U.S. It's just
government's
South
always
Africa.
a little, there's a little bit of a lag.
It's just for show. It's just for show.
Yeah. So Britain, I guess they started it. 6 African countries, and then we're probably following suit. Yeah, but it's like, oh my gosh, we have to stop it right now. Well, we'll start next week. This is so terrible. Let's wait next week. That's when this starts.
This is kind of unrelated, but I heard China is like taking possession or ownership of like the only airport in Uganda, because Uganda is like in so much debt.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
I guess they hawked their airport to China. I don't know.
To China.
I was like, what is this? Like, it's like a foreclosure. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
They got their airport their only international airport in foreclosure.
Hasn't China supposedly been just buying up a shitload of like mineral rights or whatever?
Yeah, they've just been investing. Yeah, in Africa.
The Chinese.
Yeah, you wonder. We were talking Austria, but then Australia.
Austria.
And then we were also talking about Australia. But yeah, they're rounding up. We'll have to get Australian Mike back on the podcast because I heard with what's going on down there, they're like going into lockdown. They're, more restrictions. They're like rounding up the Aborigines and putting them and then these COVID camps and
wow,
like forcing the jab on these communities and just like it's a police state down there. So I don't know.
And they've had like one case in the last month or something.
And that's the crazy thing about it. And yeah, it
Must be working.
Yeah. Has to. God, it's so frustrating, man. Like we're sitting here I know it's funny to like think about, but it's just like, my God, like this is what our politicians are trying to do. We are trying to be exactly like Australia. Like it just blows my mind. Like I just where's the appetite for this? Why are people like I don't know. I know it's kind of fruitless. It's not going to really mean anything, but I'm just so curious to see how the elections are going to be in 2022. I'm just so curious. These
Well,
midterm
those
elections.
early ones went. It was
Yeah.
a victory for the Republicans, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Trump
Virginia.
again.
They won in Virginia, the Virginia governor, and I don't know where else they won.
Dude,
but
I would not be surprised if Trump won again.
Oh
Could
God!
you imagine? Oh my God.
Well,
Oh
who
my
else?
God.
The Republicans don't really have any other prospects, really.
Yeah, I mean,
Sanders,
face?
but he would probably.
Who?
Ron
DeSantis.
DeSantis.
From Florida governor.
yeah, I know who he is.
He's
I'm
the
just
only other
thinking-
name I've even heard being thrown around at this point. And Trump's still doing his thing, which is amazing. Without social media, he still has a presence. He's still having events and stuff like that. But
Well, didn't he met Kyle Rittenhouse the other day?
oh, did he really?
Yeah.
Wasn't he in Mar-a-Lago? Didn't
Yeah, he
was
was in Mar-a-Lago.
Fuck. Dude, how do I become a right-wing grifter and get invited to Mar-a-Lago?
Right.
I gotta get away with the. Well, he
Maybe
didn't
if
get
you
away
start
with that,
touching,
but-
you start touching kids, you'll get yourself a good, good reputation as a child toucher, and you'll be invited in with the rest of everyone, with the rest of the crew.
Wait, was Epstein there?
Yeah, the new
Probably.
Epstein.
Who's the new Epstein? Bill Gates?
I don't know. We don't know him
Joe
yet.
Biden?
We will. Yeah, fucking creep ass motherfucker. I wish Babs was here because we'd have to ask, is the president still a pedophile?
Yeah. Do we have a We're running out of time here, but do we have a This Week in Clown World segment ready or?
Oh damn!
Oh damn! I forgot about our segment, man. It's
What do we get? What crazy? I mean, pretty much everything we've talking about is kind of clown world, but
We go.
what else
I don't
was on
know.
our list?
The
Dead air?
ATM thing.
Yeah. Dead air? Okay.
yeah, dead air. Yeah, that was.
We didn't talk
Oh,
about any
ATM
of our
thing?
topics. Yeah.
We could probably wait for the after hours for that.
I mean, the ATM thing is a little bit of clown world, or is that dedicated to COVID precautions?
No, it's anything clown world. So
All right.
I mean,
Yeah.
the ATM stealing itself isn't necessarily okay. I think we talked about this on the last show, but in Baltimore and possibly other cities, I don't know. There's been a rash this year of ATM robberies where people are driving vehicles into buildings and then stealing ATMs out of the buildings. So not too far from me, a CVS, somebody drove a van at 4:30 a.m. right through the front door and attempted to steal an ATM machine. I don't think they were successful, but it was funny because the clown world part is I was reading an article, I think it was in the Sun, and it was talking about how, it seems that we're having a problem with ATM robberies, but actually ATM robberies are down 50% from last year. Where we had 40, it was 40 or 50. This year we only had 27.
And what do they classify as an actual robbery? Someone just,
I think it's the attempt to steal the entire machine.
Okay. Because I mean, in these cases that are going on, they're just busting in and stealing the machine.
Yeah, they're trying to rip the machines out of the floor or whatever.
Yeah,
so the article was oh, we've had less ATMs being stolen because the police have informed business owners on how to properly secure your ATMs. So it's not any sort of crime fighting, policies or prevention. It's just, oh, the business owners now use another another chain link on their chain.
You have to put concrete barriers up or something in front of the store so the storefront can't be rammed.
Well,
It's
there's
insane.
that, yeah.
They're stealing vans, right? So they're not doing it with it's not like you can just grab the license plate or look for a van with damage. It's a stolen van.
Right.
They steal a van and then use the stolen van to ram the store and
Right.
drag the ATM out. And I've seen the video of it, and it's absolutely crazy what these guys are doing.
Yeah.
And it's very brash too. There seems to be no fear of the police, no fear of prison, and it goes in line with that. There was 80 people flash mob robbed Nordstrom in California and San Francisco. Of course, San Francisco's new policy is sort of no enforcement of petty theft.
Yeah.
And
It's-
you know, they're
Yeah, as
running
long as
wild
it-
out there.
Yeah, something I heard, like, if as long as it's under like $900 some, it's considered a misdemeanor. And I mean, they probably don't even show up to court. I mean,
Yeah, I guess. I mean, this stuff
basically
is
it's
nuts.
yeah,
you
it's
know?
like you see these coordinated efforts, and I think the video I just posted there, Jared, is a video from this was off of Libs of TikTok, but it just shows the looters are looting the looters. Yeah, I guess at one of these shopping centers out in California where they're just, like you said, Kyle, it's like coordinated efforts where they're coming in like groups of them.
Yeah. Well,
And you see it a lot too. Like I'm seeing people at like grocery stores and like pharmacies just going in and just grabbing things off the shelf or just rolling out with a whole shopping cart. Like they don't care. Like,
does this have audio?
I don't think so.
nah.
Yeah. I mean, we got a video of a bunch of guys just robbing an individual. It looks like
Who
But
just came out of the
store with shopping bags, and they're just grabbing everything they can out of the person's arms.
So he stole things, and then people were stealing from him.
Oh, you think this is somebody?
Yeah,
That's what it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jeez. Yeah, there's not a lot of regard for other people's lives or property.
No.
You know, which is worrisome. At least in Baltimore, we kind of have this county city divide going on, and I mean, I feel it. I'm always just like, okay, hopefully the crime stays in the city. But you know, somebody ransacked our cars about 2 months ago. Like, you know, they go through and like check the car doors, and my wife left her car door unlocked, unfortunately, and lost like everything in the car.
Oh
But
no.
yeah,
Fuck.
so but you know, it's just creepy. You like put the video on. We have the surveillance video, and like you see this guy at 3:30 in the morning, like creeping through the neighborhood, goes into every driveway, pulls on car doors until he gets to hers, and he gets everything she had. So yeah, I don't know, man. Like,
Lock your doors.
yeah, well, definitely lock your doors. And I guess I'm getting older and, you know, very anti-crime, right? So I really, you know, don't have any issue with the angry homeowner that comes out in with the baseball bat and beats the crap out of a thief. I would have, you know, no issue with that if I heard a story like that. But you don't see a whole lot of resistance, not by the police and not by the victims.
Right. Yeah, there's not a lot of appetite for that. You know, now it's like you look at the whole Kyle Rittenhouse thing, you know, people were trying to make it where it's like, well, you can't defend yourself, and you know, you value your property over my life. And like, yes, I do.
Yeah. Well,
Property is life.
the far left is like, oh, you know, the looting. I saw this guy earlier posted something. He was like, the looting is justified because they've been stealing wages for years, right?
Right.
And I'm like, no, they haven't been. They've been paying their employees exactly what they were supposed to pay them. They weren't stealing anything from them. You know, you're stealing merchandise because you're a thief. Like, there's no justification for it.
Yeah.
But in their heads, I mean, that's, you know, they justify it.
Or you hear the other one, they're like, oh, well, they have insurance. They have insurance.
Yeah,
They could just-
they have
and it's
insurance.
like at some point, a private company is not going to insure you anymore in certain communities. They're just going to be like, nope.
Most of the time, they don't cover that
That too. Yeah.
riots and shit like that.
And even if they do, I mean, they don't want to pay that either. It's a
No.
loss to someone. You're causing
Exactly.
a loss. It's your gain is someone else's loss. And there's no empathy or sort of.
Well, then it also, you know, it's the what is the term from the law from Bastiat, the unseen,
Yeah.
Right.
where it's like, okay, now they've got to raise prices to account for what they call breakage, right? So like Walmart bakes into all their pricing, even though it's so cheap, whatever, they bake into it that like X percent is going to be stolen every year.
Yeah.
Right. Or it's going to fall off the shelf, or it's going to be some customers going to like break it or whatever. Like they
Or
have
even
their
just in
actuaries
shipping and transit, like shit's
Yeah.
gonna.
Yeah,
Well,
like they have actuaries that take all that into account, and they can figure out like how to, you know, all the other calculations they have to do. But if, you know, there's riots all the time in this specific, and now they can get granular with it, right? So if there's like riots all the time in fucking San Francisco, Now everything is going to be more expensive to account for that.
Yeah. And it's the inconvenience, right? There's like Walmart's in bad areas. Everything that's stealable is like behind a lock and key. You need to get an associate to unlock the case. Grocery stores in bad areas, they have no shopping carts. If you want to shop, if you have to like bring your own basket or something because all the shopping carts have been stolen, and they're like, to hell with it. We're not replacing all those carts.
Right.
So it's like it just becomes a tremendous inconvenience. It's not good. It's not a good trend, in my opinion.
No, it's not.
All right. Well, you know what? It is a good trend. Is signing up for our Patreon.
Hey,
so we're gonna record. Yeah, I'm so smooth. We're actually gonna record an after hours podcast after this. If you guys want to check it out, you have to go to our Patreon and sign up for as little as $1 a month. You get access to the after hours podcast and the whole backlog of them. And but if you don't want to use Patreon, go to PRLfans.com and you find other ways to donate to the show, such as Bitcoin. Please give us all your Bitcoin. And then, as James would say, buy more.
Yeah.
What's that?
You'd probably take 1/10 of a Bitcoin, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I'd take a 10th.
A 10th, yeah.
Clearly. But so also we got t-shirts for sale over at libertariancountry.com. If you use the code PRL or PRL Podcast, you get yourself a 10% discount. Use the code PRL2 for a 20% discount if you spend $50 or more. Also go to wheeliespharmacy.com and get all of your CBD needs and use the code PRL10 for a 10% discount. Also, check out the podcast Hidden in Plain Sight by Moral Bob. And until next time, live free
or die.
Boom.